The hidden cost of chasing success. Success looks glamorous from the outside, doesn't it? The corner office, the accolades, the financial freedom. We see the highlight reels on social media, the polished interviews, the curated images of a life well. It's a powerful narrative, one that tells us to hustle harder, climb higher, and never, ever stop reaching for the top. We're sold a dream of what winning looks like, a destination where all our problems magically dissolved. But beneath the glossy surface of achievement lies a reality that is far more complex and often far more painful. Few people talk about the hidden ledger of success, the entries written in sacrificed relationships, mental exhaustion, and a profound sense of isolation. This is the story of the price we pay when we chase the conventional idea of success, a cost that often goes unacknowledged until it's far too late. The journey to the top is often portrayed as a solitary climb, a testament to individual grit and determination. What isn't often shown is the deep, gnawing loneliness that accompanies the descent. When your life revolves around deadlines, targets, and the next big project, the first things to get sidelined are the very connections that make us human. Casual coffees with friends become a scheduling nightmare. Family dinners are missed for late-night calls. The spontaneous, unplanned moments that build the foundation of our relationships are replaced by a calendar packed with obligations. You start to inhabit a different world, one where your priorities and pressures are incomprehensible to those you once held closest. You might be surrounded by colleagues, partners, and networking contacts, yet feel utterly alone. The conversations become transactional, centered around what can be gained or achieved. The vulnerability and authenticity required for true connection feel like liabilities in a competitive environment. You find yourself celebrating your biggest wins in an empty apartment, the silence amplifying the absence of someone to share it with. This isolation isn't just a feeling, it's a tangible void. It's the slow erosion of your support system, the people who knew you before the titles and the success. You become a stranger to your own life, a spectator watching a successful character you've created, all while the real you is starving for a genuine conversation, a shared laugh, or a simple, comforting presence that has nothing to do with what you've accomplished. The irony is brutal. You work so hard to build a better life, only to find you've built a wall around yourself, leaving you lonely at the very peak you fought so hard to reach. Then there's the burnout. It's a term we throw around casually, but to truly experience it is to feel a hollowing out of your very soul. It begins subtly. You start working longer hours, telling yourself it's just a temporary push. You sacrifice sleep, convinced that one more hour of work is more valuable than an hour of rest. Your mind is always on, replaying meetings, drafting emails in your head during dinner, and waking up at 3 a.m. with a jolt of anxiety about a looming deadline. Your body starts sending signals to constant fatigue, the headaches, the nagging feeling of being unwell, but you ignore them, powered by caffeine and sheer willpower. You believe the hustle is the only way forward, that every successful person has paid this price. But this relentless drive isn't sustainable. It's a debt you're accumulating against your own well-being, and eventually, the bill comes due. Burnout is the point where the engine seizes. It's not just feeling tired. It's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that feels insurmountable. The passion that once fueled you is gone, replaced by a cynical detachment. Tasks that were once exciting become unbearable chores. Creativity vanishes, replaced by a mental fog that makes even the simplest decisions feel overwhelming. You feel depleted, as if your internal resources have been completely drained. And there's nothing left to give, not to your work, not to your loved ones, and certainly not to yourself. It's a deeply disorienting experience, to lose the very drive that once defined you. You're left questioning everything, wondering if the ambition that brought you here has also been the thing that has broken you. The world sees the successful outcome, but they don't see the person who has been incinerated in the process, a ghost haunting the corridors of their own achievements. Perhaps the most profound cost, however, lies in the sacrifices. Success, in its traditional form, demands a trade. To gain something, you must give something else up. And often, what we give up are the irreplaceable, intangible parts of a fulfilling life. We sacrifice time, the one non-renewable resource we have. We trade years of our youth, our health, and our presence in the lives of those we love for the promise of a future payoff. We miss the first steps, the school plays, the birthdays small. Fleeting moments that, when strung together, form the tapestry of a shared life. We tell ourselves we're doing it for them, for our family, to provide a better future. But what our loved ones often want most is not a bigger house or a fancier car. They want us. They want our time, our attention, our presence. Beyond time, we sacrifice parts of ourselves. We might compromise our values to close a deal or stay silent in the face of injustice to protect our position. We shape ourselves to fit the mold of what we think a successful person should be, sanding down our quirks, hiding our vulnerabilities, and suppressing our authentic desires. We trade our hobbies, the activities that brought us pure joy without any expectation of productivity, for more useful pursuits like networking or skill building. Over time, the person we are becoming feels less and less like the person we once were, or the person we hoped to be. The sacrifice becomes a quiet mourning for the life not lived, the creative path not taken, the relationship not nurtured, the personal passions left to wither. And when we finally arrive at the destination we've been striving for, we look back at the trail of sacrifices and ask ourselves the most haunting question of all. Was it worth it? The success feels hollow when you realize you've traded away the very things that would have allowed you to truly enjoy it. It's time we started having a more honest conversation about what winning really means. We need to challenge the narrative that success must come at the expense of our well-being and our relationships. True success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about the person you become and the life you build along the way. It's about integrating your ambition with your humanity, not sacrificing one for the other. It's about defining success on your own terms, in a way that aligns with your values, and allows for a life that is not just accomplished, but also joyful, connected, and whole. Perhaps the ultimate victory isn't standing alone at the top of the mountain, but walking a meaningful path, surrounded by people you love, with your health, your spirit, and your sense of self still intact.